Right, yeah, we're going to move on to making the end cap that screws into this thread here, this M50 by 2, and off camera I have pushed them bearing cones in. Piece of material I've roughed down, it's still 1.5 mm up on dimension. It's 8mm wide with the M50 by 2 thread and a couple of internal features, a couple of diameters to hit on the inside. So I'm going to put the thread on first and then I will cut the guts out. I think that'll be the go. I'll bring it down to 50mm first. I think I'm pretty right to cut this thread. And it's my last thread insert too, so I can't afford to bust it. And unbelievably, that spins pretty darn true. Now it's going all out. There was a bit of a burr on that internal thread. Except I couldn't quite see it button all the way up in the front. But that's it. Happy with that. Just run a bit of Scotch-Brite over that and then I'll put the features in the middle. Okay, I've got a end mill in here, probably not the right thing. This first recess has to be 8mm deep. So I just want to put a plain hole in there with a flat end and then I can use a boring bar to open up from there. Hopefully that's 8mm. 7.82. Wasn't a bad guess off the scale on the quill. It's where a DRO on the tailstock would be great. We haven't got one, so we're going to run without one. So I'll set a boring bar up now and start turning them diameters out. Okay, it's quite a bugger to get in to film this bit. I'm just going to open this up a little bit and then get a measurement. .94. Our first dimension is 34mm diameter, 8mm deep. $33.99. Good enough. So take it out to 43, 2mm deep. 4301. That's pretty good, eh? Now I have to part that off to 8mm deep, or 8mm thick, should I say. No, that was bad. I've got to part that off to 9mm thick. That would have been terrible. That wouldn't have been good at all. Just got to drop it into a container to try and save a bit of cleanup. Okay, it's probably not really good practice gripping it on the on the threads, but it's only very lightly gripped. I just want to knock this center tit out. And then I will face it off. 0.1 to play with. Must have been quite 100% lined up. It's going to be it. I end up taking an extra 0.1, so it ain't going to hurt. I'll run a bit of Scotch-Brite over that, and hopefully it'll be neat as. So no damage to the threads. Got to have 2 holes in here for a pin spanner. Okay, the last thing to do on this threaded cap is to put 2 holes for a pin spanner. Now when I screw this in, there's a tight spot there. So what I've done, it's probably a little bit risky, but I've picked up on the center of the part, and that cap's screwed in, and it's fairly firm. It could all go pear-shaped. I've got a centre cutting end mill, that little stubby one that I screwed up 2 videos ago. Go about 4mm deep, 4.5mm deep. So I'm going to attempt it and see what happens. What's the worst can happen? That one worked. Hopefully this one goes without any dramas. Hopefully my arm wasn't in the way there. I want to put a little chamfer on them now, so that'll just finish that cap off nice. Alright, we'll see how this goes. That is it. I understand this isn't a proper pin spanner, but I don't have one, so make do with what you got. That's that little tight spot it held on there. That's it. Pretty darn flush too. So didn't break through anywhere, and looks pretty good. Pretty happy. So there's only one more component to make, and that is the it's a cover for the back, a bearing shield. Okay, we got that one made. Now we have to make the one for, or the cover plate for the back, or the bearing shield. There's a couple of different internal dimensions, 65 OD. So I'll just get it made. Good enough. Okay, set up and do the internals. Okay, it's going to be pretty hard to see there, but the first dimension has to be out to 28. We are at 28.02. It's good enough. Next dimension is 31 for a length of 4.5. Next one's out to 43, 1.5 deep. Not too sure what material this is, but it turns very nice. 43. Okay, the next dimension is take this outside down a mil deep and has to recess into this bore. So it won't be too hard if I don't screw it up. There's a whisker off it. That's it. So what I'm going to do now is part that off, put it in the mill and put 3 evenly spaced holes. And counterbore them too. We're going to attempt to part this off, and I've got to put a little chamfer on the back of this side too. I just hope I've got my depth right. I dare say that'll be pretty hot. I might just let that be. I'll give this outside a bit of a lick and get rid of that burr. Needs a polish up now on that back face, a bit of a scrub up, and then over to the mill to put the counterboard holes in. All I use to clean that up with is one of these Craytex sticks, Crayflex. These are brilliant. This was sent in by a very loyal viewer. He's watched me for years. He sent this in to me, and yeah, they're brilliant. So I'll take this out now and set it up in the mill. Okay, bolt circle is set on the DRO for 55mm PCD. I just sharpened that drill, attempted to sharpen that drill. Be interesting, this will be. It drills, but I wouldn't say it's the best. These have to have a counter bore, 3mm deep. I have to come back to that one because I forgot what I done off the camera. I wound the knee up 3mm, but I didn't set the stop on the quill, so I'll come back and do that one when I get the depths right on the other one. That's it, it's done. Don't look too bad. Bit of a clean up. Find some socketed cap screws. It's got to deburr the back side of them holes and see if it all bolts up. Hopefully it fits. Okay, I found some 4mm socketed cap screws. See if they all line up. So far so good. That's how that one looks. It's pretty much all I've got to do now is assemble it and job's done. Okay, so there's all the components. Got all the pieces ready to go. I've packed the bearings. It's just a matter of assembling it all now. Okay, so I've got the Morse Taper 3 block I built. It's going to be the easiest way to assemble it, I think. I need a bearing. I made sure I packed down bearings pretty darn well. Just going to put a little bit of extra grease down in there, I think. Need the star washer. And the nut. I haven't got a spanner for this nut. Just going to use a little pin punch. Feel a bit of drag on it there now. Just going to do it by feel. Can always be adjusted up later. I'll leave it at that, I think. Can feel a bit of drag on it. Probably not the correct way to adjust bearings, but it's not going in Bathurst race car, is it? Interested to see if this cap screws on after all that. Make sure everything's got room. Nice. I've got to put a seal in the back underneath, so I'll get it out of this block now and then put the seal in. I just had it out and I've just stuck it back in. It's a fraction tight. I stuck it in the tailstock just to have a feel. Okay, the lock tab's bent over. Got bloody grease on the top there now. First day of summer this weekend. Dunny budgies are starting to hang around. Okay, have a look at that seal now. There's the hub all assembled. Pretty suave, doesn't it? Just going to put the nose cone on now. Okay, we'll set this up in the tailstock and stick an indicator on it and see what sort of failure or success we got. Okay, whether you guys can see that or not. Well, I've got a thou run out. A bit more than what I expected. A bit more than what I wanted. Thou run out's probably not real good, but considering this is going to be stuck up the end of some skanky bit of pipe somewhere, I don't think I'm going to worry about it. You know, what do? You go to the trouble and try and drive this and turn it dead true. I don't know. I think I might just leave it. That's not too bad really, I don't think. Now I've got to try and find a bit of pipe to stick on there in the lathe and see how good it actually works. Okay, I found another bit of material and I've just chucked it in the bandsaw and squared the ends up as best that bandsaw does anyway. Right, see how that runs. Yeah, tailstocks, or the pipe center's not wobbling around. That worked alright. That's how it seems quite rigid. I know with smaller pipe, and I've used this centre, so this is only a cheapo job. I'd love to have a Daintree, but they're way out of price range. I've had this one for ever and a day. It's about knackered. The bearings aren't feeling all that crash shod, so I should actually get another one. Try and get a half decent one, save up a bit. But I'm pretty happy with that. There's no wobble in that now. Yeah, it's good. Well, I'm pretty impressed with that. That was a 3mm off the diameter, this first section. When it got up to this piece here, it was about at the widest, because it's offset, it's wobbling. It was about 6.5mm off the diameter. So, and that seems solid as. So looking at, 3mm depth of cut at the widest piece there, a bit over, and to do that at the tailstock end, that's pretty good out of this lathe. Got to be happy with that. And I don't know what this material is either. I don't know what grade it is. I've just taken that out, and like I had a fair bit of pressure on it. It's hardly marked that cone. As mentioned in the previous video, this tailstock pipe center was originally designed for a tailstock chuck. And I had a parcel, this parcel arrived yesterday. And we have a 100mm chuck. It'll bolt straight up to that. You take the nose cone off and just bolt this straight up. So it's a Toolmaster K11100. It's got your inside outside jaws a whole lot, so thank you very much, mate. I'm going to bolt this up and see how it looks. I know I've already made a tailstock chuck, and it's very heavy on this tailstock. It wants to tip forward all the time. As you can see, I've just undone it. Wind it all the way out. See how long it takes to tip forward. It ain't. You guys are sitting on it and it's not tipping forward. I'm not going to worry about starting it up. It is pretty late at night here. It's getting on 8:30, so I think it looks pretty darn good. So this is, yeah, got two purposes: tailstock chuck and a pipe center. I do apologise, this video has gone a bit longer than what it should have done probably, but it's been a really awesome build to do, and to end up with two tools really out of one build is even a bigger bonus. The one thing I run out I'm not overly concerned about. It's going to be stuck up the end of pipe that's probably not going to be all that pretty anyway, but overall pretty happy with the end result. I've still got the bigger tailstock chuck I built, so that, yeah, if I've got a bigger bit of whatever in the lathe I can use a big one, or if I've got something small I can use this one. So good variety now. And a big thanks to Barry for helping me out with the plans on this one. It's worked out really good, and these plans will become available. They'll be for a larger chuck for the tailstock, probably 5" and 6". So, and a bigger Morse taper too, obviously. And when I find a bit of material, I am going to build a 125mm cone for the end of this as well, just to make it a little bit more versatile. Anyway, really appreciate everybody watching and commenting on the last two videos of this series. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing next, and I haven't got nothing planned, so whatever pops up over the next few weeks, then that's what it's going to be. But I've got nothing in the pipeline yet, so I've got to come up with some ideas. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that and got something out of it. Until next time, I'll see you later. Hooroo.